Hey, it's Elton from the Elton Pilar Walker team, your real estate advocate. And I'm going to talk about something here real quick that may be a tad bit controversial, or at least in a different form of wisdom, of real estate wisdom. And this comes after being in this business for 26 years now, just about 26. And there's a rule of thumb that pretty much in just about no case should you pay more than the appraised value of a property. And there are plenty of times that I agree with that premise. Okay? But I actually, over 15 years ago, had a client who told me that the appraised value of a property, whether he was buying or selling, was not an issue. I didn't initially understand that. But after being in this business for the length of time that I've been in it, I get his point now. Because here's the deal. Let's look at how the market was a little earlier this year. Whereas if you didn't pay above the appraised value, you may not have an opportunity to get the property. And if you did pay above the appraised value, the next sale that was probably within a month or two in the same area that you purchased probably sold for higher than what you paid above the appraised value because you had just set a new value. Now that's in that heated up type of market. But let's take a scenario of a market that's a tad bit more normal. And let's assume that you have the ability to do this. But that the piece of real estate that you're purchasing, and we'll talk residential at this point, happens to be in a particular location or a particular area or something that is additional value to you personally that you may not be able to get if you don't pay above that appraised value. Is it worth it to you? Let's suppose that you are going to live in this property and keep it for 10, 12, 15, 20 years, whatever the case may be. If you wind up paying $5,000 or $10,000 higher than what the appraised value was on a piece of property 10 or 15 years ago, are you going to really remember that when that property, at least in the areas I service, has probably appreciated considerably more and you've gotten the use out of that property you were expecting to get by raising your family or being closer to your job or closer to an elderly parent or family members or just whatever the case may be? Is the appraised value that important to you? Now, don't get me wrong, appraisals are important and appraisals set guidelines, but appraisals in every instance are not the be-all guide of whether or not you should go forward and purchase a property above its appraised value if you have the ability to do so, because there will be value in this for you and your family that may not be for the bank that's loaning the money or whatever the circumstances are. That value cannot be factored in for them, but it can be for you. Just a different point of view. And as always, in closing, remember that no matter what you're going through in life right now, it is just a temporary condition, because it truly is a great life. God bless you, and thank you so much for listening to the Elton Pilar Walker team shows. We really love it. Have a great day.